Today we're going to talk about 3 things I see in so many people that are wreaking havoc on their gut. You don't even know it, and they're marketed as healthy foods oftentimes, and even top people say everybody should be taking this or everybody should be eating this, and it's not. If something feels off with your gut, but you're not sure what or why, some of these little hidden, sneaky little triggers might be the culprit. My name's Ashley Sweeney. I'm a registered dietitian, a mama 3, and I help busy moms feel better from the inside out. I use functional testing to get to the root cause and figure out what's really going on and what's causing your symptoms and how we can heal it better using easy, simple tools that you can do at home. This video is because I recently talked to somebody who was struggling with their gut health, and they were bouncing from probiotic to probiotic to probiotic because probiotics are good for you, and they didn't realize that when we talked that they actually need to probably take a break from probiotics, and they saw a big relief. Even though probiotics are healthy for most people, and most people think they should be taking them, not everybody should be. Okay, so before we talk about probiotics, first one, the sneaky gut wrecker, is sweeteners, artificial sweeteners. They are in so many things. So many protein drinks, energy drinks, protein powders, bars, snacks for kids, diet foods, yogurts, breads. If you see items that are either low carb, low fat, they're filled with artificial. And it's not just those like diet foods either. There's artificial sweeteners in so many things right now. Sucralose is in a ton of pre-workouts and protein powders. Aspartame is in a ton of diet sodas, gums, candies and stuff still. Ace K is in a ton of low-calorie foods. And then sugars like erythritol, xylitol, sorbitol, and those are things that can be impacting your gut health. What they do is they disrupt the gut microbiome and that balance. They feed the wrong type of bacteria, the kinds we don't want to be flourishing, and often leads to gas and bloating. Some sweeteners increase gut permeability and inflammation, which is contributing to your leaky gut and more symptoms related to inflammation. Sugar alcohols especially, some people really like them because they're low calorie. They do have a better taste, I think, but they can cause straight up bloating, diarrhea, nausea, and you don't really think it's a common food because that causes that, but it really can mess with your gut. If you're trying to cut calories, you're trying to cut carbs, trying to cut sugars, using artificial sugars used to be the way to go, but now with more research pointing towards the gut microbiome impact that these things have, the more I would steer you to just use the real thing and just do less of it. The sneaky culprit number 2 is probiotics. So like I said, I was just talking to a client who was really struggling with some gut stuff, just bloating, really just kind of felt like she was kind of nauseous, and has been taking probiotics for a long time and has been trying a bunch of different kinds, trying to see if anything would help. Turns out that's probably actually causing a lot of the problems, because when we take something like a GI map test and we're looking at what bacteria levels you have, if you are only feeding and only repopulating one strain of bacteria, the good guys, commensal, the ones we want, are going to go lower and lower and lower as that one really flourishes, and that one really takes over, the weeds, essentially. That one overgrows. You have other ones that aren't able to increase to give you the benefits of the variety of the bacteria that we need living inside of our gut. And so you mess with the levels and that homeostasis. And so if you're only taking one strain and you're maybe trying a few different types of probiotics and nothing working, well, I bet those aren't the strains that you need, or your gut is not digesting them and absorbing them the right way, and so some work needs to be done there first. There's so much research around probiotics and the specific strains for creating benefits for different reasons inside your body. So taking the wrong strains when you don't need it might make you feel worse, might also cause more bloating, more constipation, diarrhea, or skin stuff. Sometimes you're taking probiotics that are histamine releasers, and they are causing your histamine reaction to go into overdrive. They've created an immune response, and a lot of times that comes out in skin issues, runny nose, itchy ears, constant nasal drip. I have other videos on histamines, and I have a low histamine guide that you can download if that is something that is of interest to you, if you feel like maybe that's a potential culprit for you. But we can lower histamines in our diet, but if your supplements are high histamine producers, if they are not modulating the histamine reactions, if they're making your body go into overdrive, then those probiotics that you're taking are doing more harm than good. Honestly, when I work with most of my clients, they don't actually start on taking probiotics. Usually probiotics are kind of the last step and something that we rotate in from time to time. It's not something that I have people doing all the time, every day. They're for the rest of their life. Okay, and the gut health wrecker number 3 is, you probably could have guessed I would say this, but ultra-processed foods. Listen, like if you are not making it a priority to get some of those ultra-processed foods out of your kitchen, that is where you need to start. Ultra-processed foods are everywhere. Pre-made meals, snack bars, protein bars. Now, listen, I use a protein bar from time to time. I use a protein shake from time to time, and that is definitely ultra-processed. Like, don't get me wrong, I know that. But when we are using those things to rely on all day, every day, and you're eating those in conjunction with like pre-made keto breads and pre-made keto bars, the ultra-processed foods can contribute again to that intestinal permeability, which is leaky gut and inflammation. Okay, that's it. I wanted to make this short and sweet, talk about the 3 things that are sometimes seemingly healthy and look like there's good options for you, but that might be wreaking havoc on your gut. So short and sweet. I also am trying to get a new mic for my new phone and for recording these videos, and that hasn't come in yet. And so I'm waiting on that, and it is so stinking loud here. The house next door is getting worked on. There's so many jets and planes taking off. I just wanted to make this short and sweet and keep with staying consistent with delivering you weekly YouTube videos. And if you're not signed up for my weekly emails, make sure you join that. You can get my histamine guide downloaded for free, and then you'll also be subscribed for my Monday emails. That's it for now. Last thing is, if you are interested in pursuing any gut testing, that is definitely something we can talk about. I have a few options coming up for some new programs and some ways we can work together. But if you want to do some one-on-one stuff, just feel free to reach out to me and get to the root of some of what's going on with your gut and do a stool test and GI map. We could potentially work together. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, just comment below. I'll talk to you soon.